Hey guys, so I'm going to try to make this pretty short and sweet so you're not waiting around for like 15 minutes for me to get through this. So I'm going to try to get it through it in like 7 minutes. That's my goal. Okay, so let's talk about economic imperialism. So today in class, we talked about the motives of imperialism, and one of those being an economic motive. Because of the Industrial Revolution, because of the need of those raw materials to supply for their demand, you had the economic motive was the most important motive of imperialism. That's what was really driving the Europeans to go out and seek other resources in nations. Now, imperialism is all about going in and like not just taking over a country, but really just extracting all of the resources they can out of that country. And it's not a smaller country taking over or a bigger country taking over a smaller country. It's just a stronger and more powerful country taking over a weaker country. Okay, so let's get into economic imperialism. So you guys should be looking at this right now because you're going to fill this in as I kind of talk about this. All right, so let's go ahead and start with this. So like I said, the Europeans are needing raw materials for their factories because of the Industrial Revolution and because of the increase in demand. They need those raw materials because that's what's getting them the money. Also, because of the Agricultural Revolution and the Industrial Revolution, you typically have people that are living longer and having more children. And so you have a major population explosion, and you need food for those those growing populations as well. And then what that's going to do is, as they bring back the raw materials, they're now going to start commercializing, creating products and commercializing those products, and it's going to make them very, very profitable by doing this, because all the raw materials that they are taking out of these countries are extremely cheap, and they're going to find that the best place to go to extract those materials. And what they're doing is it's kind of like a whole mercantilism thing as well, where you take those raw materials, you build something, and then you send it back. The same thing is going to happen, because not only are they getting raw materials from these countries, but they're also using them as markets. They're going to sell things back to them. And so it's super, super important. So we're going to be actually looking at a couple of different crops and whatnot. So you guys are actually going to be on this little map right here. And then I will create it on this map as well. But we're going to be putting on our map cotton production, rubber extraction, palm oil, guano, which some of you might not even know what guano is, meat, and then diamonds are going to be super, super important. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start off with cotton. So I'm going to make like a little text box right here. So the first thing we're going to do is cotton. Whoops, not cotton, but cotton. And I'm just going to use this little star thing right here, but I'm just going to make it like way bigger. Whoa, there we go. Okay. And then all I'm going to do is just copy that. And then I'm going to come over here to Egypt, and I'm just going to paste it a couple of times. Make that way smaller. There we go. So we're just going to go ahead, and if it decides to actually come over. Thank you. I actually don't need it that long. There we go. This is like the worst part of this whole thing, is making these little. There we go. Okay. So we're going to take this and we're going to put it over here in Egypt, and then we're going to take this other one and we're also going to put this in Egypt. So we know that cotton is going to be really important. Now, the British are the ones that are in control of Egypt right now. So think about it. The British were in control of the United States during the colonies. We had major slavery, and then we became our own country, and then we had our Civil War. So the price of cotton increased dramatically. So now the British are looking other places. Egypt is going to be a really big one, and India is going to be a really big one. And Mrs. Douglas is calling me, but I'm not going to answer it. Sorry, Mrs. Douglas. Okay, so coming back over here, our next one is going to be rubber extraction. I'm going to change this back to a normal size font. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to change the color to red, and I'm going to say rubber extraction. Okay, pretty simple. Going to use this little shape right here. And we're just going to create a little red box like right there. And then go ahead and fill that in red. And then we're going to do that again. And we're going to fill in this right there. Okay, so there is our rubber. The next thing that we're going to do is our guano. So guano is actually like bird feces, and they're going to use it for fertilizer, and it's really, really good fertilizer. I know that's exactly what you guys want to hear right now. Okay, so we're going to use some guano. We're going to get some guano. So yes, bird poop. You think it's a bad thing seeing it all over the ground? It's good fertilizer. All right, so our guano, I'm going to go ahead and use this little circle. Guano is going to be big in South America. And we'll go ahead and make that blue. And then I'm just going to copy that. And I'm going to put another one down here in Chile. Perfect. Okay. Next one we're doing is palm oil. And I'll do some palm oil in pink because pink is pretty. And then I'm going to go ahead and use this shape right here. Whoops. Okay, and we're just going to use this little thing. And palm oil is going to be big in the western part of Africa. Almost done. We got some meat. Meat. Go ahead and use green meat. And meat is going to be a big part. And you guys can use whatever shapes you want. Okay, but we got down here in the bottom part of Brazil. And also the part in Argentina up here. Miss Areno and Miss Walter just walked in. I'm on a video. I'm making a video. You guys want to come be a part of it real quick?
What are we learning about? What are we learning about?
Oh, economic imperialism.
Ooh,
yes.
Exciting
Big
stuff.
Totally. Okay, I got one more I have to do, and then I can talk to you guys. Okay. Alrighty, the last one we are going to do is diamonds, because they are a girl's best friend. Okay, Africa. Africa is going to be really big for the diamonds. We love the diamonds. Okay, so we're going to make that. I don't even know what color we want to make that. Purple. Let's make that purple. Because it's awesome. Yes, purple does mean royalty. I'm so proud of you, Miss Walter. Alrighty, and then diamonds. Okay, so let's just finish up this really, really quick. So we're on the economic imperialism. So we've got these countries going in and they're taking over these weaker countries for their products. But the biggest thing is you have countries like Britain and France, and they're going to all parts of the world. But they're not always just looking for resources. They're also looking for, hey, can we trade with you? And can we kind of invade your country that way? So Britain and France are going to go into China, and Britain's actually going to bring in the opium from India and then get all of the Chinese people really high. And so they become addicted to it. And so actually it ends up being this huge war between Britain and France. Okay. And then the last one is you just are looking at all these different products like opium and cotton and palm oil and copper. And it's kind of bringing all of these countries together just because they all need to go in there and they need these items. Okay. So hopefully you guys got all of this done. If not, make sure to go back and pause the video. And if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have a wonderful day. I will see you guys tomorrow.